So the other day I was watching one of Owen's videos and I was like, wow, he broke his leg. I mean, I already knew that, but I was like, wow, I didn't think he was gonna do a story time on that already. And I was like, what crazy shit has happened in my life that's even crazier than that? Because I want to one up him, obviously. And I was like, well, I'm part metal, and what I mean by that is, in my left clavicle, I have a metal plate and metal screws connecting the two parts of the bone where it broke, and I'm going to tell you how that happened and, well, when that happened, whatever. So it started on I think it was a Tuesday afternoon in sixth grade, and I was like, I don't know, I was a stupid kid. I still am a kid, and I'm still stupid. But I like to do stupid stuff that I think I can do, but I'm not invincible and I'm not unbreakable. I've broken quite a few bones in my life, and this is just the worst one. I was playing this like Hitman game with my friends at lunch, and we were like, there was like 20 of us, and we'd be like, one of us is the hitman, but no one else knows, and the other people can put out like assassination contracts, and we'd go up and we'd like RKO someone or take them to the ground, and then we get paid, quote unquote, like we'd have Monopoly money or whatever, some stupid shit like that, because we were retarded. And I was the best, obviously, because I didn't have to be stealthy. I'd just run and I'd tackle everybody and I'd win. So I had the most money. And I was like, it's not fair. And I was like, guys, I can beat you in any way, shape, or form. They're like, okay. And one of my friends named Luke Fenoy Moana, that was his first and last name, he was like, all right, do it in a straight jacket. So I was like, all right, go ahead. He put my my sweatshirt in a straight jacket. And I was sitting there, and he was like, all right, go get someone. And he was like, go get this person. I don't remember who it was. And I was like, okay. So I start running. I try to do a somersault. I was sprinting, and I started my somersault, and I just blacked out. I don't remember what happened after that. But I remember like I pushed Luke, and then I started running. And that's all I remember. And then the next thing I remember is I was on my back and my jacket was off and whatever, and I could not move my arm at all, my left arm. And my friend Justin, he was like, "Are you okay? We need to get you up into the nurse." And like, I was like, What happened?" I wasn't crying. I'm not a little bitch. But so he's walking me to the nurse and whatnot, because I could barely move, because my arm was like, I had to hold my arm, and it was, numb. And so we get to the nurse, and they call my dad and whatnot, and I start tearing up because it hurts a lot, but I wasn't like bawling. And so they call my dad, and they bring my brother, and my brother has a small little car, and I had to get in there, and I'm a bigger fellow. I'm 6'2" right now, and I had to fit in there with a broken arm, and it sucked. It took me, and my dad has a Jeep, and it's like 3 feet off the ground. So then I had to get into that, which sucked even more. He's like, "You're fine. Stop being a baby." Blah blah blah. So we get to this place because we had to go like an hour drive to get to a place that had an X-ray machine, and they did it, and there was a break like right in the middle of the bone, and the two pieces of the bone they're really far apart, like 1 or 2 inches apart, which does not sound like a lot, but it is a lot. And basically, my dad was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I had to sit there. I had to sit in the waiting room after that for like 45 minutes, as my mom came and my grandma and grandpa came. And I was just sitting there in agony and pain. And they took me back, and they're like, "So this is the X-ray," and they gave me this blue sling to put it into, and they're like, "You have to come back tomorrow though for more testing and stuff to see what we can do." I was like, "All right, whatever." So I get there the next morning. They're like, "Sorry to tell you this, but you have to get surgery." And I'm like, "Whatever works, I guess." And I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know exactly what my bone had happened to it because the picture was kind of weird. And I don't know how bones work, really. And so I got into the gurney, like, thing in the surgeon room, and they put me. I remember exactly what he said, too, because he put the mask on me because I didn't want to do the IV first because I don't like needles. And he's like, what do you smell? And I'm like, I smell bananas. And he's like, do you like pizza? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, what kind? I'm like, pepperoni. And then that's all I remember. And then I guess I fell asleep. And I woke up, and it was like, I woke up a little bit too early. And there was, I saw blood all over my arm. But then he put another IV in me, and I fell back asleep. Then I woke up, and my mom was there, and they're like, you need to eat these ice chips right now. And I'm like, why? And they're like, because you've lost a lot of blood. You just have to. I'm like, all right. So I start eating these ice chips, and they were cold, and I have sensitive gums. And so, like, it's freezing my mouth, whatever. It's not important. And basically, they're like, so here's an x-ray of how it is now, because I had to take another x-ray. And it is like a metal, just a metal plate, just like a sheet of metal with metal screws connecting my bone. There's like 5 or 6 screws, and I still have it right now. And I'm 14. I'm about to turn 14 on the 18th. And so this happened 2 or 3 years ago, and I can barely feel, like, because they had to cut my nerves and whatever to get into there to put the metal plate in, and I can still barely feel my shoulder. So I'm touching it right now, and it's like still numb from it. And it's definitely the craziest experience I've ever happened. And I don't know why I did it this early in my YouTube career, if we ever even get big at all, or even semi-big, or, you know, not where we are now. Probably should have waited it till later, but I didn't have a whole lot of ideas. And basically what happened after the surgery is I went home, and they threw like a mini party for me or whatever, but I was super drowsy and in so much pain that I didn't enjoy any of it, but at least they had a good time. And so I was at my mom's house for most of the time because my dad works full time. And there's like this chair couch that pulls out, and it's super uncomfortable. Like, there, you can feel the springs when you lay down on your back, and that just sucked. And I have this cat named Halo, and he knows when you're in pain. He'll come lay on wherever you hurt. It's like when I broke my ankle or my wrist, that's where he wanted to lay. And it sucked because it hurt a lot. And that's basically it. I still have the scar, and still have the pictures and everything. It's pretty cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe for more story times with Monsoon. That's me. I hope you enjoyed the Ryzen Draha footage in that gameplay. I ended it early, but I got to like round 60, 70. I don't remember. Anyways, again, subscribe for more, because whenever someone subscribes, I get really fucking happy. And I'm like, it encourages me, because sometimes I'm like, maybe I should just give up. So, if you do end up seeing this, share it with your friends. You know, normal YouTubers saying stuff. And, goodbye.